What's up, trainers? Pokemaster Ryan here, back with another video. So the fact that Ash Ketchum, the former anime protagonist of the series Pokemon, before those three Nimrods, Liko, Roy, and quote-unquote Dot took over and made the series probably forgettable at this point, Ash Ketchum has had so many Pokemon in all of the regions, minus Paldea. So this gave me the idea to make a video about the topic of the video being ... moves that Ash Ketchum's Pokemon currently know or could learn post journeys. And like I just said, this video is only talking about moves that could happen post journeys, because in the final series with him as the protagonist, he started rotating his team, which is pretty rare of him, to be honest. So he's just he rotates his Pokemon from and mixing it from like every region. So yeah, let's make our way into the video. But before I begin, make sure you subscribe and leave a like on the video, and make sure you hit the little bell to be notified of possible videos that are coming in the future, so you're not surprised and get mad at me, because that's not my fault. So let's make our way into the video. So let's start things off with the very first Pokemon Ash acquired, being Pikachu. And Pikachu is Ash's ace, which managed to help him earn the title of Monarch, beating that booty short wearing idiot Leon, who's pretty much named after a appliance store. But yeah, Pikachu is Ash's ace once again. So his moves that Pikachu is going to have are the same ones he's always had in the entire series, from the end of Sun and Moon to the entirety of Journeys and the AIM Pokemon Master series, being Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Electro Web. Honestly, I was going to put Electro Ball, but then I thought when Ash was battling Steven Stone in the Masters 8 tournament, if it weren't for Electro Web, he would not have taken on Cradilly. He would not have taken out Cradilly. That's just, it's not gonna happen. Unless they just had major plot armor taken effect, which the anime does a lot, but I really do feel like Electro Web has saved Ash so much. But yeah, the fact Pikachu is going to keep static, and then I would give him say Pikachu keeps the Gigantamax capability, and then give him the Pikachunium's Z Crystal to do the 10,000,000 volt Thunderbolt Z move, because it's just iconic at this point. Like, I think that's the only reason people really play the Sun and Moon games anymore, because Sun and Moon, spoiler or trigger warning, Sun and Moon was a terrible game, minus the Hala Elite Four battles. That was the GOAT. So yeah, Pikachu is keeping the same. For the second one is Pidgeot, Ash's third Pokemon he acquired ever, when he caught as Pidgeotto in episode 3. And Pidgeot returned in the final episode that Ash appeared in. Thankfully, he kept his promise, guys. He's not a liar. But Pidgeot is probably one of his most underrated Pokemon, because he didn't use Pidgeot towards the end of his Kanto journey, and then Pidgeot needs to, if Ash had more episodes, I would have loved to see him bring back Pidgeot. And with the moves Pidgeot could have, it would make things better. So I give him Pidgeot Gust, Quick Attack, Wing Attack, as we saw in the final episode, and a new move that I'm adding, Aerial Ace, because Pidgeot definitely seems to be that sort of thing, but it's also pretty common that Ash's flying types get the move Aerial Ace, like Swellow, Staraptor, and Unfezant, not including Talonflame, Noivern, and Noctowl, because for one, I don't think Noctowl can learn Aerial Ace, and Noivern and Talonflame I don't think can learn it either. I know Noivern can't, but I don't think Talonflame. I don't know about Talonflame. So if you guys know, please let me know. But yeah, I would hope Ash starts looking for the Pidgeotite and give Pidgeot the ability to Mega Evolve, because Lucario shouldn't be Ash's only one to Mega Evolve. And then I would give Pidgeot the ability Big Pecs, which will prevent its defense from getting lowered, which would help a lot in Ash's battles. I know Pidgeotto had the ability is for Pidgeotto as well, but abilities weren't introduced until Generation 3, so it wouldn't have mattered at all. The third Kantomon on this list is Bulbasaur. Ash is awesome Pokemon that he used so many times in his journey. And he's got some notorious movesets, so that I would love to give Bulbasaur some awesome moves post-journeys. So the moves I think Ash should teach his Bulbasaur to keep up with the times is, as listed, Power Whip to replace the sucky Vine Whip, Seed Bomb, because Seed Bomb is so much better than Leech Seed, Razor Leaf, and Solar Beam. It would be a shame to remove Solar Beam, because Solar Beam was such, like, the episode when Bulbasaur learned Solar Beam, it was such an iconic moment in the anime, in my opinion. And it just feels like something that should stick. Kind of like it's basically the Bulbasaur version of Pikachu keeping Thunderbolt this entire time. Like, Ash's Pikachu would not be the same if it forgot Thunderbolt and then gave it like something like Thundershock or or Shockwave. It I don't know. It would just feel wrong to get rid of Solar Beam for something else like Seed Flare. Not that Bulbasaur could learn Seed Flare, which would be dope AF. Charizard's up next, and Charizard will get the Blaze ability, and no items necessary because Ash's Charizard is awesome. He does not need a Gigantamax ability, he doesn't need to Mega Evolve, and he doesn't need any Z moves. The Z moves are reserved for Pikachu and the Alola crew, so Charizard's just too goated not to have that crap. But I will give Charizard the moves Flamethrower, because Charizard needs Flamethrower, Dragon Tail, because Dragon Tail took out Iris's Dragonite, Seismic Toss, because of the animation, and Dragon Claw, because I love the animation for Dragon Claw. Not that Horizon shit. Dragon Claw in Horizon sucks. It's basically the Dragon type, or the Dragon Claw's current animation is how I feel about Stone Edge when they reanimated it post or in X and Y. I hate that shit so much. I cannot stand it. And I know you guys are gonna hate me on that, but I really don't care. So it's like me and my sister agree with that so much that some moves are just animated horribly and they should have no right to change it. I will come for you, writers. I will come for you. And not in the fun way. Yeah, Charizard definitely needs to have that move set. And Charizard just would. It's just moves like Flamethrower and Seismic Toss are just stuff that you can't remove from Charizard. Like Black and White was a tragedy that Charizard forgot its moves like Seismic Toss and Dragon Breath in moves for like Wing Attack and Slash, which boo, it's an L for the writers to do that. For the Pokemon, Ash finally managed to return in the Lapras Return episode, Kingler. I decided to give Ash's Pokemon Kingler the ability Hyper Claw because why not? Or no, Hyper Cutter. Never mind, I'm wrong. Sorry guys, I'm reading off of my notes on my phone because I'm stupid and I can't memorize shit. Anyways, Kingler's moveset is Water Gun, Crab Hammer, Water Claw, and Razor Shell. Water Gun and Crab Hammer are just the moves that I want Kingler to keep because it's stuff that it's known for. Meanwhile, Water Pulse and Razor Shell are just because the fact that Kingler's not good at battling and such, I wanted to give it moves that it can handle on its own. For Ash's lovey-dovey Pokemon that shows it's too affectionate, Muck, spell it backwards, but Muck is going to have the weird ability Poison Touch, which would poison any Pokemon that makes contact. Unfortunately, it wouldn't work for Pokemon like Steelix or Scizor because they're steel types, but they would still get poisoned. Other Pokemon like Garchomp or other Pokemon, but I will give Muck the moves Poison Gas, Sludge Bomb, Mud Shot, and Body Slam because all of them, 3 out of 4 of them are moves that Muck knows. And I only wanted to give it Mud Shot because Mud Shot is the closest thing it should know where it feels right. And this is, I know Ash has 30 of them, but in terms of the one that he's currently used all the time, the one Tauros that I'm going to talk about in this video, Tauros is ability Intimidate, which will lower the stats of its opponent. And its moves that it will acquire are Takedown, Horn Attack, Double Team, and Iron Head. And Horn Attack is a move it used in its battle against Gary's Nidoqueen, which it sucks. And Double Team it used against Annabelle in the Battle Frontier, same with Takedown. But I think Iron Head would work well because Tauros is a head-on battler. Snorlax is our final Kanto Pokemon on this list. I think Snorlax should have the ability Thick Fat because for reasons I don't even have to explain because I don't feel like getting canceled. But yeah, and then Ash needs to give Snorlax the Snorlium Z. Yeah, that was hard to pronounce. But and then give it the move Pulverizing Pancake. And then possibly give Snorlax the ability to Gigantamax. Because why not? And, oh, why don't Ash give Kingler also the ability to Gigantamax? Scratch that, I forgot to mention that. But, yeah, Snorlax is moves that I'm going to give it are Mega Punch, Body Slam, Hyper Beam, and Ice Punch. Because they're all moves that Snorlax has been known to use, and they're A-list moves. He used Mega Punch in his final appearance. He's used Body Slam to take on hundreds of foes. Ice Punch helped him in his Silver Conference match. And Hyper Beam is a move that is guaranteed to take out 99% of its opponents. And just not just that, but its ability to Gigantamax and use a Z move. It's just so impossible not to keep these moves, but yeah. Now let's go on to Johto. So Ash is nectar-sucking, loving sucky Heracross, the beetle Pokemon. Its moves are Mega Horn, Horn Attack, Brick Break, and Sleep Talk. So, Heracross, 3 out of 4 of those, minus Brick Break, it already knows. I decided to give it Brick Break because it doesn't have really any fighting type moves. So, why not? And then give it the ability Swarm because it's a bug type. It needs an ability. Yeah. So, yeah. Not just that, but I feel like if it's wants some honey and its ability kicks in, it will get completely screwed over and then just mess things up for Ash. Probably go after Bulbasaur or something. I would love to see that. Ash's second Johto Pokemon on this list is Bayleaf, which will also have the ability Overgrow, and give it the moves Razor Leaf, Body Slam, Leaf Storm, and Vine Whip. I gave it Leaf Storm because Leaf Storm seems to be a move that has been good for Ash's grass types like Sceptile, Torterra, and Snivy. I know Bulbasaur, Leavanny, and Rowlet don't have them, but it's because I actually don't know why, but that's just how I'm going off of it. For Quilava, which did get enough screen time as Quilava, so I wish Quilava would have had an episode. Probably would have. It should have had should have appeared in the Beartick episode. So we should have got that. But anyways, give Quilava the ability Blaze, and then for the moves, I decided to give it the moves Flame Wheel, Flamethrower, Eruption, and Flame Charge. Eruption I kept because it was such an intense moment when it evolved in the Sinnoh League. So keep that, and then Flame Charge will just help because when it had the move Quick Attack as Cyndaquil in the Johto arcs, or the Johto Saga, I figured it would work out and help it in a much better way, same type attack bonus, you know? For Totodile, the Donald Duck voice Pokemon, I figured give it the ability Torrent, and then give it the moves Water Gun, Bite, Scratch, and Scary Face, which is nothing new. It's got the same moves because Totodile has doesn't have very high win rate, so I figured don't really give it strong attacks. And then I was gonna give it Aquatail, but then I thought Aquatail's seems like too high, and then it would evolve. So it just, I don't know. Totodile isn't really one of my favorite Johto Pokemon besides it dancing, but it just does. I don't seem like Totodile would have very strong attacks since it didn't win that many battles, minus the Harrison match against Sneasel, and the rematch against Whitney. But I don't know if that counts. So yeah, just Totodile's not getting good moves. For Ash's only shiny Pokemon, Noctowl, I figured give it the ability Insomnia, because with the fact it learned Hypnosis in the Johto seasons, it works out great, and the fact it's not nocturnal, it only is any more better. And then I decided to give it the moves Sky Attack, Exocentury, Air Slash, like in the Sinnoh League against Conway, my annoying character I hate the most, and the move Psychic, which is a boost from it learning Confusion against Morty in the Ekritique Gym. Against or with Donphan, who was used in the first episode of Ash's final season, the Master Series. Donphan could have the moves Defense Curl, Rollout, Takedown, and Stomping Tantrum. Which would get the ability also Sand Veil, which is evasion is increased in a sandstorm. So if a Pokemon uses a move like Sandstorm or Sand Attack or even Hurricane, its power or its speed would go up. So, which would help out great. I was gonna give it a move like Gyro Ball, but then I thought Gyro Ball wouldn't really fit well with Donphan because Rollout's really what it was mainly known for at the time and still is. For Ash's first Hoenn Pokemon, Swellow, who's one of my favorite of Ash's flying types, by the way, I figured give it the ability Guts, which will increase its attack and defense if it's got a status condition in effect. Decided to give it the moves Pluck, which replaces Peck, Double Team, Aerial Ace, and Air Slash. Because apparently, in the final episode with Latios and Latias, Swellow apparently knows Air Slash for some reason. I would honestly figured it in that episode, just give it Staraptor or something, but Swellow with Pluck, it just feels right because when it has Peck, because Peck was something introduced in Gen 1 and then Pluck is like a newer move and a more powerful version of Peck, and Swellow has a higher win rate, so it's only fair to give it moves like that. And then I kept Double Team in effect since its speed is up. And for Ash's second Hoenn Pokemon, Sceptile, I decided to keep in the ability Overgrow and then give it the Mega Evolution function, the Sceptile-ite, or whatever it's called. And I gave it the moves Leaf Storm, X-Scissor, Energy Ball, and Leaf Blade. I decided to give it X-Scissor because I want to give it a stronger version of Leaf Blade, and Energy Ball because Energy Ball is what a lot of Ash's grass types really had, like Torterra, Leavanny, and yeah. For Corphish, nothing's changed. But I decided to give it the ability Shell Armor, which will increase its defense, and then I gave it the moves Crabhammer, Metal Claw, Aqua Jet, and Water Gun, because Corphish is probably one of the Ash's, minus its personality, though its personality is awesome. It didn't really have great win moments, and its matches it just lost most of the time. So nothing really changed with its return in Journeys. It still lost against Misty's Politoed, which Ash should have still used Pikachu, or I don't know, the two grass types in the background, Leavanny or Rowlet, it would have won. So I don't know why, but Corphish just sucks as a Pokemon. It should have evolved into Crawdont by now, which would have been better because Crawdont's Dark type added to it would have given Ash a stronger win against Juan in his final match. Ash's second last Hoenn Pokemon, Torkoal, would get the ability Drought, which would it would cause the sky to remove clouds, and then give it the moves Body Slam, Iron Defense, Flamethrower, and Temper Flare, which is a new move introduced in either Sword and Shield or Gen 9. Uh, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll put in the comments once I figure out. For Ash's final Hoenn Pokemon, Glalie, which should have had more screen time. Ash should give Glalie the ability Ice Body, or yeah, Glalie will have that ability to heal up in snow, and give it the Mega Evolution function to Mega Evolve into Mega Glalie. So, and then give it moves like Headbutt, Double Team, Ice Beam, and Gyro Ball, because Icy Wind wasn't that strong of a move, and with Glalie being able to Mega Evolve, give it the ability to roll with Gyro Ball. Ash's first caught Sinnoh Pokemon, Staraptor, I decided to give it the ability Intimidate. So Intimidate will help out a lot with its series personality, and I decided to give it the moves Aerial Ace, Air Cutter, Close Combat, and Brave Bird, because Brave Bird is a move it wanted to learn as Staravia, so it decided to keep that, and then Air Cutter, because why not? Ash's worst grass type, Torterra. Yes, I said that. Its ability Overgrow, I decided to give it that, and give it the moves Leaf Storm, Energy Ball, Synthesis, and Frenzy Plant. So the moves it kept as Torterra in Sinnoh and in the Master Series, minus Rock Climb, of course. But I don't think in the anime, I think Torterra was the only one to use Rock Climb. I don't think anybody's ever used it outside of Ash's team. And for Ash's most hyped Sinnoh Pokemon, Infernape, I decided to give it the ability Blaze, of course, and for its moves, give it Fire Punch, Flare Blitz, Flamethrower, and Dig. Removed Mach Punch because Mach Punch only does 40 damage, and Fire Punch is stronger, of course. And Flamethrower and Dig are its iconic moves, of course. Same with Flare Blitz. For Buizel, which also returned in the Master Series, I decided to give it the ability Swift Swim, which activated when it was against Maylene and against that Mr. Mime tough guy. I don't know. He got the Buizel got the moves Water Gun, Ice Punch, Aqua Jet, and Quick Attack. Quick Attack really only is a reference to Swift Swim, but it's nothing really that great. Because Buizel I don't think can learn Sonic Boom anymore by leveling up, so I don't know. And Ash's second last Sinnoh Pokemon, Gliscor, I decided to give the abilities Hyper Cutter and give it the moves Fire Fang, X Scissor, Stone Edge, and Metal Claw. Which Metal Claw makes up for Giga Impact, because I don't know, I just don't like that Gliscor has Giga Impact. And Steel Wing wasn't really that good of a move for Gliscor. For Gible, which should have had more moments in the anime, I'm sorry that had to happen. Gible could have the ability Rough Skin, which causes damage if you attack it. It gets the moves Dragon Claw, Dig, Dragon Pulse, and Draco Meteor. Dragon Claw replaces Rock Smash, because Rock Smash wasn't that good of a move, honestly. And the fact that it will evolve into a Garchomp at some point, I hope. Give it a move like Dragon Claw, because Gible needs more Dragon type moves in its arsenal. Like Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor are good, but it could have better moves like Dragon Claw. Ash's worst Unova bird Pokemon, Unpheasant. Yes, Unpheasant sucks. Bite me. But Unpheasant will get the ability Big Pecs, compared to Trips Unpheasant, which got Super Luck as a Tranquil, but it will get the moves Air Cutter, Air Slash, Aerial Ace, and Gust. But I only gave it Air Slash because Quick Attack isn't that good of a move, and on Pheasant, I mean, yeah, on Pheasant, it sucks. I'm no denying that, but if it gets something like Air Slash, it only would make it a little bit better, I'm guessing. So, all of Ash's Pokemon need to have at least one good move in its arsenal. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Ash's Oshawott, it's got the same moves. The only thing it changes is it's got the ability Torrent, which will boost its water type moves if it's weak. Same thing with Pignite, only giving it the ability Blaze, like Infernape and Charizard and Quilava. Another, no changing. The only thing, Snivy gets the ability Overgrow, which, like Sceptile, and Torterra, its grass type moves get boosted. Scraggy does get a couple of move changes. It gets the ability Shed Skin, which protects itself and its defense gets boosted. It gets the moves Headbutt, High Jump Kick, Focus Blast, and a new move, Thunder Punch, which will help against flying type Pokemon. So, it fits perfectly. I was gonna give it a move like Head Smash, but then I thought that really would only work if it's something like Scrafty, because Scrafty has higher attack power, so it would work with that. Ash's first reserve Pokemon, Leavanny, in Unova, it will retain its ability Swarm, like it did in the Unova League match against Stefan. Ash could have Leavanny know X-Scissor, Energy Ball, Razor Leaf, and a new move it could learn, Leaf Blade, like Sceptile. Ash's sucky water type, Palpitoad, it will get the ability Water Absorb, which will heal if it's hit with a water type move, like Water Gun or Aqua Jet. And it'll replace Supersonic with Hyper Voice, and will keep other moves like Sludge Wave, Mud Shot, and Hydro Pump. Bulldor, Ash's third reserve, will get the moves Rock Blast, Flash Cannon, Sandstorm, and a new move, Power Gem, which does like 80 damage, but yeah. Ash's strongest Unova Pokemon, Crocodile, it will get the ability Moxie. Reasons? I don't know. But Crocodile will get the moves Dig, Dragon Claw, Stone Edge, and a new move that was introduced in Gen 6, Bulldoze. And Bulldoze will replace Aerial Ace and Crunch, because Bulldoze is stronger than both of them, and because it needs to have something like that. Ash's, one of his 3 Kalos Pokemon, Talonflame, it will get the ability Flame Body, like, in the Masters episode. I decided to give it, all of its moves that it has in the Kalos League match, only I decided to remove Razor Wind and give it Flamethrower, because it needs a Fire-type move like Flamethrower. So it will keep Flame Body, Steel Wing, and Brave Bird. And then it will get Flamethrower. Now for Ash's second, or 2 out of 3rds flying type, Hawlucha, for Kalos. It will get the ability Mold Breaker, and it will get the moves Aerial Ace, High Jump Kick, Flying Press, and X-Scissor. I decided to give it Aerial Ace because most of Ash's flying types, like I said earlier, no Aerial Ace, so that helps. And Hawlucha is one of Ash's stronger Pokemon in Kalos, so yeah. Minus Noivern. Noivern sucks. Speaking of Noivern, Noivern will get the ability Frisk. And then it'll get the moves Gust, Supersonic, Boom Burst, and Acrobatics. I decided to give it the move Gust because it sucks like Noivern. And Noivern didn't really win any matches. The only battles I can think of where it won was against Team Rocket in the very first Masters episode, but that's because Team Rocket are so weak and they don't win any matches, and it just doesn't work out. So then there's no explanations for that. For Ash's first Alola Pokemon, which when he's not in use, it stays with Professor Kukui and Professor Burnett, which P.S. Professor Kukui is not a real professor. He teaches high school. Totally different. But yeah, Rowlet, will get the ability Overgrow, and Ash will, when he wants to use a Z move, he'll use the Gracium Z. And then he'll get the moves Leaf Blade, Brave Bird, Seed Bomb, and Feather Dance. I removed Razor Leaf because Razor Leaf isn't that good of a move for someone like Rowlet, who is the Lord and Savior. And Leaf Blade is something that would work perfect for Rowlet. I'm sorry, but that's true. So I figured give it that, and especially with its Decidueye cosplay, that would work great. For Lycanroc, I decided to give it the ability Tough Claw, which increases its attack power if someone makes direct contact. And it gets the moves Counter, Stone Edge, Accelerock, and Rock Tomb. Because Bite is a shitty move, and Lycanroc deserves respect. And then I also decided to give it the Z move, the Lycanium Z, which is exclusive to Lycanroc. For Incineroar, I decided to give it the ability Blaze, and then give it the moves Flamethrower, Flame Charge, Fire Fang, and its newly learned move, Darkest Lariat, which we saw use in one of the Masters episodes. And then it will get the Insinium Z move, which we saw Professor Kukui use as the Masked Royal. And I could just figure when Ash goes back to Alola in an unseen episode, Professor Kukui gives Ash his Insinium Z to use when he wants, because Professor Kukui, I'm going to assume, will retire as the Masked Royal, so it would only work well since Ash has an Incineroar and can actually use the Z move. For Ash's final Alolan Pokemon, Melmetal, which by the way, Melmetal can Gigantamax, so we're going to add that. I decided to give the ability Iron Fists, which boosts its fisting moves, and I decided to give it a Steelium Z, like Ash's Pikachu with Iron Tail, but it will get the moves Flash Cannon, Mega Punch, Superpower, and Double Iron Bash. So, Melmetal is probably one of Ash's best Pokemon because it's new, so it's got surprise tactical advantages. Now, Ash's Journeys team, I decided nothing is going to change for that because it's already got such peak moves. The only thing I will change is remove Water Gun on Dracovish and give it something like Dragon Breath or Dragon Claw. So yeah, guys, that is our list of current and possible moves that Ash could teach his Pokemon post-Journeys. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like now. Please do it. And take care, guys, because I choose you. That is it. Bye, guys.